Hey guys, this is Bridgett here from theradiantmompreneur.com, and I am just back from an amazing event. Tony Robbins, Unleash the Power Within. It was held in Florida, gorgeous sunny Florida. I think it's held all over the world, and he hosts a number of events, including Date with Destiny and Business Mastery and lots of others. This was my first delve into Tony Robbins' event or workshop, and I have to tell you, it did not disappoint. I was fortunate to be able to go with a group of colleagues, some of which I had never even met in person, but we are all Amazon sellers, so we're all online entrepreneurs, and we knew each other through that community. We went together, and I have to tell you, whoever you go to this event with, you will bond with. We have become good friends because of this experience that we share together. Let me tell you a little bit about what Unleash the Power Within is. It's a bit of a whirlwind, and it's a lot that goes on in this period of days that you're there, 4 days. And the very first day, you become a firewalker. Now, I was not seeking this particular activity out in my life to walk on fire, or it's really hot coals, but it was part of this event, and I just said, you know what, I'm just going to go and just go all in, and that's what I did. So they have you do that the first day. So it's a pretty incredible experience. There were almost 9,000 people at this event, and the energy that was created from that many people, with Tony Robbins leading this group of people with his amazing energy. I mean, this guy is, obviously he's been doing this for a long time. I think he said like 38, 39 years, and he knows what he's doing, but his energy level is insane. This is a guy who will stay on stage for hours and hours at the time, and you wonder, you know, you don't see him drink any water or anything. You wonder how he's just like sustaining this level of energy without taking breaks. Sometimes we go into 2 a.m. So it starts around 8 most mornings and goes midnight to 2 a.m. most nights. There's not really a lot of breaks for dinner. You're not really eating or sleeping a lot. So you're like, why the heck would I sign up for this? It doesn't sound like health retreat. You're not why would you put yourself through this? Well, the answer is because of what you will become after this experience. This is one of the peak experiences of my life, and that's saying a lot, because I really hold, the birth of my son and the day I got married, and a few other really emotional moments of my life as my peak experiences. And I have to tell you, this event ranks pretty high up there because of because of the growth you experience here, because of the extraordinary people that you are interacting with, because of the energy level. Okay, first day you're walking on coals, right? You think, how the heck am I going to do this? Well, he prepares you for it. So I thought maybe we'd go into the training for the event for 3 days and maybe do the fire walk on the 4th day. No, he had to do that the first thing, which is probably a good thing, right? And I think it was like 1 in the morning when we did this. He spends a good 3 hours just preparing you solidly before you even do this. Everything from visualization to some form of what I think is kind of a meditation, whereas when you're really going internally, right, and everything from like how to actually physically walk across the coals and just getting this feeling of power and empowerment, all worked up before you ever see the coals, and when you go, it actually takes place rather quickly. I wondered, there's a little part of me that wondered if I was going to go through with it, but really I did feel pretty committed to it, and I did it, and I'm so grateful that I did go through with that, and I'm so proud, because it can be kind of scary to consider doing this, but did it, and very exhilarating experience. I don't have a huge desire to do it again now that I've done it, but definitely an amazing experience to be able to do that. The other things you do during this event are working with your limiting beliefs. So there's a lot of emotion that comes up, and he's very good at getting to the root of what's causing, what makes you tick, and what causes you to sometimes either self-sabotage or to not maybe reach your full potential. And so it's all about kind of uncovering that stuff and replacing those limiting beliefs with very empowering beliefs. And everyone has their own unique set of those. And he even leads you through some very painful experiences as far as looking into your future with things not being the way that you ideally would want them to be. And what does that look like? If you continue with certain behaviors that are not serving you, what does that look like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road? And that begins to become more than uncomfortable. It begins to be almost emotionally painful, and you really want to kind of cross that out of your potential future path and replace that with a path that is really who you truly are, which is, honoring your strength, right, and your deservingness, your worthiness, that you can have, do, and be what you want in this life. And you begin to create that path and that future, and that looks amazing. And by the time these intense 4 days are done, there is nothing you want more than to bust out of those doors and get to work on these new goals you've set, on these new, this new feeling of energy empowerment that you have. I have to say, I was just about floating on air after I left this event, and it's carried with me home. And my husband sees a difference. I feel like a better version of myself now. I feel like I have become, over the last few years, I would say, and this really, really hammered it home at the event, is that I've really become someone who loves people and truly loves people. And I think that warmth is coming through me, and hopefully towards you now as you're watching this as well. And the caring that I feel for people, I think, is what is part of what's propelling this business, the Radiant Mompreneur, forward. My intention is to lift you up as a mom and as an entrepreneur, and I feel better equipped to do that now than I ever have. But beyond that, the inner happiness and the inner energy, I feel it's like it's bubbling up from within me, and I have honored my commitments to myself to improve in the areas that I dedicated myself to doing while I was at the event. And some of those things include really basic things, like maybe getting my exercise in every day that I had let fall behind. And what does that mean for my health? Not just even today, but long term. What does that mean when I take care of myself in that way? How can I better be there for my family when I take care of myself in that way? My meditations that are so important to me, and yet sometimes get pushed to the back of the priority list because of family responsibilities, business responsibilities, being tired, being lazy, whatever the reason is, right? That we're all a little guilty of. Well, it's about just reprioritizing, getting those things into your life. And I chose those items. He didn't choose those for us. You could have chosen anything that you felt was really going to propel you better towards moving towards your business goals, or propelling you to this future that you really have envisioned for yourself. There's a lot of detail that's covered in this event, and I would just say that if you have ever had an inkling, ever had something within you that said, maybe I would like to do something like that at some point, then I would just encourage you to check it out, find some friends or some colleagues to go with, and just go. But I'll also say, even if you're just kind of, a loner, or you feel like you don't have the support to go and do something like this, the community there is beyond amazing, and you get to meet the people around you, and you do some amazing and crazy things. I will have to say that I would liken this experience to, let's say it's a 16-hour day, which I think some days were actually a little bit longer than that. But let's just say, for easy math, that's what it was. Then I would say maybe 8 hours of the day is spent like a friggin' rock concert, like the most fun concert you've ever been to in your life, and everyone is dancing. The first day you're like hesitant, you're reserved. What are these people doing? Jumping up and down, dancing. By day 2, day 3 especially, that was the best day. You are just loving it, and you are just a part of this amazing energy of 9,000 people who are in the happiest state of being that you've ever had the pleasure of being around at one time, and just dancing and being silly and having fun. And that's like, a good 8 hours of the day, some of the days, and that's interspersed with this personal growth. So, he gets you in these really happy peak states, and then he gives you the learning. Then he gives you the anecdote. Then he gives you the lesson. Then he gives you the exercise. And sometimes, with your partner, you'll be doing things that are very private and personal, and sometimes you're doing things that are downright silly and embarrassing, and it's all mixed together in a very fun and loving way. I have to say, I'm totally amazed by this guy, much more than I ever thought that I would be when I signed up for this. And it's my intention to go to some of his other events now as well. Get there if you can. Get there if you can. Unleash the Power Within. I think it's held around the world multiple times a year. And share your experience with me if you have been. I cannot say enough wonderful things about it. I have new goals that excite me to the point that I want to just about jump out of bed in the morning. And that's saying a lot for someone who was not a morning person most of her life. This is extraordinary life change. This is transformation. This is taking wherever you are, let's say you're in a really bad place right now, and getting to exceptional. Just that quickly, just making a huge shift like that. Or if you're already in a really good place with your business and your personal life, you are going to go even more. You're just going to move that much further. There is growth for everyone. There's not one person in this world, I don't believe, who doesn't have something that they want to change or improve. And it doesn't mean you're not grateful for what is. But growth, progress is growth, is really what I think is success. Success is the feeling of making progress towards your goals. It's not always an absolute end point. But, please comment below. I would love to know your thoughts about your experience. If you're interested in this, I'm not partnered with them or affiliated with them in any way, but I would wholeheartedly recommend it. And make sure you check out the blog, theradiantmompreneur.com. We've got a lot going on over there, including masterminding groups with other mom entrepreneurs, personal coaching blogs that will help you to grow in your business and personal life, and more coming. So please check us out there, and I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Bridgett from theradiantmompreneur.com.